Hi Jayashree, how are you? Hi everyone. So I'll be starting in around 5 to 10 minutes, not 10 minutes actually, not max to max 5 minutes actually, and then we'll start. Hi everyone. You can write all your doubts during the session in the comment box. I'll try my best to give solution to all your doubts. You will just be needing your sketch pens, basic sketch pens. Here I'm using just basic sketch pens here, and some white plain pages. That will be it. So if I tell about myself, my name is Hera and I'm known as the Meraki girl. So Meraki for me is a Japanese word which means a person who puts their heart and soul in whatever they do. I started calligraphy and I started calligraphy a year ago, and now it's been a year and I have been pretty much successful in this. If you have brush pens, go for because I'll be going ahead with Fox Calligraphy today, so brush pens won't be that feasible. Go for very basic sketch pens. That will be more better. Thanks, Astha. If I talk about just Fox Calligraphy, you can... Okay, so if I talk about what is Fox Calligraphy, I'll start with it once, I'll start by 4, 5 maximum. Alright, so we'll start by now. So we all know what is calligraphy. Calligraphy is how beautifully you can write letters and how beautifully you can connect. But when I talk about Fox Calligraphy here, and see, we do calligraphy with a very basic brush pen here. This is a Camlin brush pen. You have different brands again for this. But when I talk about Fox Calligraphy, it is more we do with a very basic nib here. So it is not necessary that you should only have a brush pen while doing the Fox Calligraphy. So okay, so I'll start with the very basics here, and then we'll go on creating the letters. Okay, so I'll start with creating the very basics of it. So I'm taking a brush pen just to explain how it looks. So we know that the downstrokes are thick and the upstrokes are thin. So now if I'm using a sketch pen here for the Fox Calligraphy, I will be making a straight line, and to make this effect, this thickness, I will make another line and will fill it. So this is what we say it as Fox Calligraphy here. And again, upstroke is always thin. I'll show you again. I'm going ahead with using a brush pen first, and the downstrokes are thick, So making it with a very basic sketch pen, you make a line, then you, for this thickness, we will alright. So the next thing is the basic turns upwards and downwards. So this is something where we all commit mistakes, and what happens is, so the downstroke, if I say, you go here and you now if I'm making it using a sketch pen, you making a sketch pen, okay, so I'm making the reverse U, and now I have to make this turn here, and this thickness has to be covered. So for this, never start from the very corner, or probably I'll say the middle here. Start from somewhat left to the corner. So we'll be starting it from here, make the thickness, and then we'll shade it. I hope it is visible. I'll try to make it, like, I'll try to focus it more. Yes. Okay, so this is what I have done it with a brush pen, this is what I have done it with a sketch pen. So you are not making the curve right from the middle of the U, but instead from a bit left from the U. Similarly, when I talk about the underturn, it is, so now going ahead with the sketch pen, you make a U. Now I know this is the middle of my whole curve, so I will be starting to the right here, because obviously because it is opposite. So now like this, and join it to the point. So now even if you don't have a brush pen, you can do calligraphy, and it is very much similar if you see here. Alright, so the next thing is we'll be making an M, and for that, upstroke, downstroke, upstroke, downstroke. Alright, I'll show a variation here again. So upstroke, downstroke, a turn, upstroke, and a downstroke. I'll leave it here. Now if I have to make it using a sketch pen, what I'll do here is, alright, so what I'll do here is, I'm making a U first, as I've made it here, and I'll make it here again. Now one basic thing that you have to keep in mind while doing this is, this thing has to be will be coming here, right? And this thing will also be coming here. Now what happens is, we can make this downstroke here very easily. We know this is the center, and now we'll make and we'll fill it. How will you do here? So either you can go ahead with making it somewhat like in here, but it won't look similar to this. So for this, what you have to make sure that we you make it in a very better manner is, you leave a space. So you don't leave space as much as you can. See, I cannot switch off the comments here, because there may be people who might have doubts and they will request. That's why I cannot turn off the comments. Okay, so here is the downstroke. I'll leave some space. Okay, and if you have, you can also make the turn first and then go ahead with the other one. And we'll fill it. Alright, so now if I talk about this, which is the undertone as well as the upper tone. So you go ahead, upper, you make the U, and then you again. Now I know my thickness is coming here and here. So for that, again, this is the middle. Okay, I'll show you with a pen first. So this is the middle, and I'll start it here and I'll join here. Okay, again, this is the middle. I'll start here and will end here. Okay, so like this is the upper tone here. So like this. And I will be coloring this and this. Again, just a very small recap that we will be doing here is downstrokes are always thick. These are the upstrokes. Upstrokes are always thin. These are the undertones. These two are the undertones, and these are again the waves. Now when I go ahead with making my alphabets, make sure that you are following my steps and you will be able to do it. I'll again start with making with a brush pen so that you know where we need the thick line and the thin line. So I'm starting with A here. This is my A. Alright, and my A with a very basic sketch pen is this and this. Now to turn it into similar of this kind, I know I have to add thickness here and the thickness here. Alright, so I'll show you again. I am making an A, a very simple A, as we do while writing an assignment or anything, and then we know I have to add thickness again. So my thickness will be coming here and here. Okay. Okay. Next we have B. So I'll keep writing all the letters here, and if you have any doubts, make sure that you ask between the session itself. Okay, my B, and I have the downstroke, and now I know I have to leave some space. So for that, make sure that you write it beforehand so that you do not commit any mistake, and you go ahead with this. Now I know this is the downward that I am doing. I'll go like this, and I will color it obviously. Again, downstroke, thick kar diya. Now the turn, and now I am adding the shape. Alright, now we have C here. This is a very simple, it is the most simple alphabet while making Faux Calligraphy here, and it is done. Okay, next D. So you can either make first this and then this area, or you can first make the circle and then the downstroke. So I'll first show you how to make the circle and then the downstroke. So this is my D here. Alright, this is my D, and I'm making it this way. I know this is where I have to add the thickness. I have added my thickness here, and I have to be this. Alright, now if I have to make first the downstroke and then the curve, this is how it will look. Okay, next we have E. So you make E and you do this. Now this is the very common thing that what all of us do is while making an E is we make it like this. Now if I add here, do you think is it somewhat similar to this? No, right? So for that what I'll be doing is I have left some space here, between this point and this point where this hole is happening. I have left some space, so I'll be using this space to make the thickness. So now I know I have the space and I'll be making the thickness, and it will. Now if I color it, you can see it is looking very, very similar. But if you go ahead with this and you say it still looks similar, but do you really think which you guys tell which looks more similar to this? Obviously that's okay. Next we have F. So F, you can make F in different forms. I'll show all of you here. For F, again you leave some space and then you go ahead. So I'm leaving my space here, my curve, and then this here. So I always like thoda sa upar, and then I'll fill it. Yes, Jayashree, you are great. Okay, so if you have if you like F in this manner also, so you go ahead, backward, leave some space and go. More often it can happen you have left very less space in the between these two. No problem, just try not to do it. Over and over practice, you will be able to do it. So this is how it will look. I'll also tell how most of us commit mistakes using while doing it. So you can see this is the very first sheet of the letters. I have done all 6 letters here till now. Okay, let's change the colors also. We should have a life colorful. वैसे भी quarantine is just making us sit and do nothing. We are not even studying. All right. E, F, G. G. This is a very basic G that I am drawing here. Now there are again 2 ways. You can say 2 ways, but not generally. So we have the habit of making G like this. So I have my O, this not O exactly, but half O, and this. Alright, now I know I have to make the shadow or the thickness. I have to add thickness, and this is my downstroke here. So here like this. I'll show you again. So this is my half O, because this is not exactly O, and my G. Now I will add this and I will add the thickness. This is how G is done. Okay, so I'll also color it if you guys think it is not looking similar to what I have made it using a brush pen. Now it will look. See, obviously there will be a difference between what I make using the brush pen and the sketch pen. Next is H. So my downstroke, made my thickness, upstroke, underturn, leave it here. I know my the middle of the undertone is this. I'll add my shadow effectively. Okay, one thing that I should mention it here itself. Whenever you're making a thickness, make sure that this width and this width are the same. So like here, I have made this and this same. When you have these two things similar, only then it will be, you can say that I have done Faux Calligraphy. Alright, so this is H, then I have I. You can go ahead with dot of any shape. This is just a very random dot I'm making here. I. You can make a dot, you can make a square, you can make a heart. Up to you. I. J. J is again a tricky one here. So you make and you leave space. Now what happens is often that we add the thickness and we don't know where to stop. So because this is somewhere you have to stop beyond the middle. So I know this is the middle line here, alright, and I have to stop somewhere here. What we do, the mistake that we all do is I'm making the thickness and I am stopping here. This is not where we have to stop. Now see, this is my J, and now wait. Okay, if you have any mistakes, if you are not confident enough, always draw a line. You can even use a pencil here and make sure that you have this small curve. This is the small curve that will help you, to make your undertones and everything on a very correct manner. So see, now if I fill it, you can tell this and this are similar. Alright, J, then we have K. Again, there you have different variation of making a K. One thing that I like the most about Faux Calligraphy is that you can make as many flourishes as you want, because if you are making flourishes using a brush pen, sometimes it doesn't come as perfect as you want. So for example, if I'm making a G here, if I talk about a flourish, so G, it is very much similar. Now I know where I have to add my thickness and everything. Even if my H, it is just amazing. This is one of the main things that I love about Faux Calligraphy. My K, very basic K here, alright, and now I know I have to add thickness. So this is my downstroke and this is again is my downstroke. Okay, now is there anyone who can tell me what mistake did I commit here? I genuinely did this mistake. I genuinely committed this mistake here. I didn't leave any space. So what I'll show what I did wrong here is, this is my downstroke, alright, this is again. Now I have to make this thickness here. I will first make this, then I will go ahead with this and like this. Yes, the line of the lower part. Yes, the space between the two lines. Correct, correct. So this is what, this is the space that you guys are correct, obviously. And I will fill it, and you can see it is similar. See. Now if I talk about this. Oh. And my thickness, and here. Alright, so then we have covered till K. We have the remaining alphabets with us. So L, so you can either make L like this or like this. Which one should I make? K? Should I make K again? Alright, alright. I'll teach K again. Okay. So the small K. Okay. So I have my K like this. This is my K. Okay. And this is the part of L that I'm making, adding my thickness here. Okay. Now my turn, I have to add thickness here also. Now this part, mainly the flourish here, and this, I have to add thickness. And now I will fill all these. If you have any doubts, make sure that you keep writing here. I am trying my best to give all the suggestions and everything at the same time. I'll give you a closer look also. Okay, now moving ahead, we have L. So L. Okay, L and the other L. Great. Again, this is something that we all commit mistakes. What we go ahead is, we know that we have a long downstroke and then we have a U-turn here. Alright. Now where we, okay, so we also know we have the middle. This is the middle here. Alright, this is the middle. And we have to stop somewhere. Okay, now if it is an undertone, we have to stop somewhere right of the middle part. Now, what we often do is, we make L, we have to add this thickness and we make it so broad that it doesn't seem to be ending it right here. So what people do is, I'm making this and this is not what I really want, right? So I want a simple L. This is the middle. You don't have to add so much of thickness that it doesn't fit here, because make sure that you keep in mind that you also have an underturn here. I'll show you again. So this is the L. This is the mistake that I have committed here. Okay, so one thing that how you can avoid this mistake is, make sure that you give space to each and everything. So this is my first, this whole is my second, and this small turn is third. So if this is the thing, I am adding the thickness here. I'm going ahead and this. So I've given space to everything, right? So in such a manner, when I fill it, you can see it is very much similar to what I have made it with a brush pen. Alright, Okay, now we have the small L. You can either make it, you know, outside the whole L or make it inside. It is up to you. There is no need for you to, you know, leave any space here. It is very simple that you can. Now, okay, now we have L, now we have M. M, as I have already told you while practicing the basic strokes of calligraphy, M, and I'll make N also here. Okay, I'll also tell you one thing is, if you guys see my M and N strokes, they are, you know, not in the same line. This is because I am using Camlin brush pens here, and they are almost I guess 6 to 7 months old, and they haven't run out of ink till now. They are blessed. I'm very happy with that also. Okay, so if I come back to M, I have my M here. Now I said you have to leave space here, right? And this is what we'll do. Make sure, see, if to the basic thing that what you can do is, you can make the thickness and make the thickness first and then go ahead with the other part. See, or else what people generally do is they make M, okay, and they do this. With this, what people generally commit mistake is they start this turn. Okay, so we have this turn here, so they start this thing, you know, right from here, which we don't have to do. We have to make this difference. This is what it is important. Now if I come to N, I will be making my thickness here, but can't we make the thickness starting from the inside? Okay, see, I'll show that again, don't worry. So with what I'm saying is, this is my M. Okay, this is what I have made just with a normal sketch pen. Now if I'm starting this thing, and if you fill it, can you just see how, you know, it looks so messy, and it doesn't give the same thing what you have it here, right? See, see, you always have to have space. Like during L also, I told you everything should be given their space. So everything should be given their space in every form of art. I must say that. And again, making the thickness first, then going ahead, and here it is. And see, I'm not filling it all the letters here right now. It is just to, you know, so that I can show you all the letters first, because this live is only for 1 hour and we have already done with 30 minutes. Okay. MNO. People who have already taken workshops, you know, from me, they would agree to this, that I have a lot of O variations. I make different types of O in every, whether if there's any other word with O, I make a whole new O out of. I personally also don't know where I do that. Okay, so this is my O. So I know this is the center of the whole thing. I'll be starting it from very close to the center. So I will be starting, see, earlier we were starting it from the, you know, from the very left or the very right of it. Astha, can you please repeat? I'm really sorry, I would have missed something. I'm really sorry, Astha. Please, can you please write it again? I'll surely do it. Don't worry. Okay. So if this is something and like this. So see, earlier what I was doing, what I was telling all of you was, I'll make a big O so that you all can see. This is my O. All right, and this is the center. This is the center. I have told you either you start from slightly left or slightly right, but while making an O, you always start very close to the center. So for that, like this, and this O is the only thing where you O is the only letter where you stop at the middle. What earlier we used to do, this is L and this is the middle, and we are stopping it somewhere here. We're not till now we haven't stopped at any middle line. We have only stopped after the middle line, but this is the only letter which we will be stopping at the middle line. Please make sure that you do this because this is a very key highlighting feature. See, if I'm making an O, this is my thickness, this is my center of the O. You can see here it is already a bit thick. This is extreme and I am right ending it at the very center. Okay, M and O. Now we have P. I have wrote something for you on my using calligraphy before ending the session, please. Sure. I will accept your Insta request and I would love to see what you have written. I will accept all the requests around 4:50 so that then okay, so then I'll accept all your requests by 4:50. Okay, another variation of O. So I have already made O somewhat similar to this. Now I will be making this one. Okay, now you can see I have made a small opening and then made my O. Okay, so for this I'll be making the starting here and then the very basic O. So for this, make sure that you add here. Okay, so this is the starting and I have made a very small thick and I have already ended it while I am touching O. Now again my center, starting close to the center and ending it at the very middle of the letter. Okay, also you can go ahead with somewhat an O like this. For this again, okay, don't make this this flourish right now, middle. Okay, I have colored it, and now we know that this is thin and this is what I have the thick area, so like this. Sure I'll do that. Okay, so O ho gaya. Now we have P. P. Again I have first made the thickness and then my thickness. Okay, so what people, again a mistake, what people commit here is they do this. Do you really think this will help it at any manner? So I personally don't know why people do this. Teaching Faux Calligraphy, you can see there is no this and this width is not the same. Now if I go ahead with making this Again, this is not what I'm looking for if I'm going ahead with a proper brush pen P, sorry, P O P Q. Again, it is somewhat similar to D, what we made. I should spell quarantine today. Yes. Q. If I am anywhere fast, please let me know. I will slow down. And if you have any doubts, make sure that you keep writing it in the comment section. Q. R. I make R like this, or you can also make an R like this. So for this, okay, while making an R, if in this manner, make sure that you leave ample full of space between between these two lines. So for that, you make the undertone here and you give a lot of space here. Okay, so I have committed a mistake. I agree to this. So okay, I'll do P again. Don't worry. Okay, my here, and this is the R. Okay, now if I talk about P here, this is P. Downstroke, add the thickness, and now my P got turn, and this is, I'll show you again, my P downstroke. Okay, wow. P. P. Okay, so we are at R. So I make S using a brush pen like this. So for this S, okay, so while making an S, you have two options, either to go inside or to go outside. But generally making inside is never what we like. So always go ahead with outside. Make like this. Okay, so how you will make sure that you are ending at the correct position, where your curve is happening, this area, this area should be coming in the same length, coming in under the same point. Okay, so you can see this and this are happening at the same point. So now if I'm making an S here, I know I have to end here, so I'm making, okay, so this is S. Okay, S T. This is T. So for this, again, please give space to all the three things that we have here. This is number 1, this is number 2, and this is number 3. Very much after the middle, where I have the middle, like where my letter is, the middle part of the letter. Okay, I'll do this. Okay, now one thing what people generally ask me is, if I've made a T here, okay, and how should I make this part basically, or even if I'm making a flourish here. Okay, I'll repeat S. I'll repeat S first then. Okay. Okay, see, this is S here, so I'm making my S. So this area and where this area is in line to where I will be ending. So you make a line right next to, you pass 2 points here. then you make your thickness and you add your thickness, and where your thickness is ending is the point where the curve is happening. I'll make it on a bigger sheet. This. I hope this helps now. See, the basic things of having, of doing Fox calligraphy is you always have to have a middle line. So that middle line should be where your letter is like not, obviously it won't be symmetrical, but it should be in the very middle, and it will help you making all the letters. Okay, so if I continue with T here, so I was in the middle, that where this line should become. So if I talk about, if I talk about brush calligraphy, we have no rule if we say going, in a horizontal line, because we only have downstrokes and upstrokes. You can make very simple and add small thickness here, or you can do. Now you know where you have to add thickness, because you have a upstroke. So I'll add something here and I'll add something here. It is not exactly, but it is like you are giving a small touch to the letter. T here. Okay, T ho gaya. Okay, now we have U. U again is something similar that we have done it while practicing, while starting the session. You can have U in, you can make U in 2 parts, or you can make it like this in 4 parts. We know downstroke है, thickness लगेगा, downstroke है, इधर भी thickness आएगा. It is an upstroke, downstroke here and downstroke here. Okay, V. Okay, so I am in the habit of making this, so it is not necessary for you to start with it. You just start with the very basics. Okay, now this thickness has to be added. Okay, for this thickness, just leave it open. Leave it open. This has to be, both these lines shouldn't be at the same level. Okay, I'll try to focus once. These 2 lines shouldn't be, ending at the same point. Try it to be a bit lower. And now make a slant. I'll go ahead. Okay, so this is, I'll add here. I know these are not ending at the same length, and now I'll make a V. I'll show it with another color here. Then these are not ending at the same length. Alright, V, U, V, W. W is again a part of U used, so W. Alright, W, X, X, downstroke, thick. Okay, one thing what you can do is, while making an X, is this is the first line. This should always be the first line, this should always be the second line. Alright, this is the first, and now make 2 parallel lines. So I'm preparing for CAT MBA, so this is what I am studying right now. So make 2 parallel lines, and you join these 2 points. I'll make W again, no problem, and you go ahead with this. So see, the second line is always a upstroke, it is thin, so automatically you can go ahead in any direction, and we'll color it. X is always parallel 2 lines. O and X are two different letters, but more or less they have the most variated things involved in it. Okay, now if I go ahead with W again, this is my W, and W. हो गया W X Y. So we are short of limit. I will W. Again, when I go ahead with Y, you have two options: go outside or go inside. For that, you have to have somewhat like this. So you are giving space. So you are giving space in both the lines. So you have two variations: either you go outside or you go inside. You just have to leave space here. By Z. This is my Z. Adding this thickness first, you leave it here. Now so the moment where you leave here, what you can do is you can go inside from the very point, and you will come to a point where this is not meeting. Okay, I'll make a bigger Z. So this is the Z here, alright, and this is, I'm making it with a pen, sketch pen. Now I'll add thickness here. This is my first thickness for 1. Okay, and now where I left, I'll start it from it there and will go ahead. My point where I'm making the Z here, I'm leaving it here, but I will be making the thickness way ahead of it, and will start here. Can you see there? Okay, so this is first, this is second, and this is the third. This itself is third, this is second, and now we will join this. Where we left again, start thoda sa niche se, and like probably you can start it somewhere down from where this flourish and this is connecting, and this is the upstroke, and this is my small flourish. So 3, 4 and 5. So Z is again basically a 5. I'll go ahead with this very small things for capital again. So it's almost 53. I guess this will be ending soon. Okay, so this is A. We'll go it from the outside. B. I'll make this first and then this. I will surely share a small PDF with all of you. I will make sure that all of you get a small PDF on Faux Calligraphy. You can follow my page, The Biraki Girl. I will pin it. I am writing it here. You can surely go ahead and check. I will. Yes, I would now connect with you. Whatever you guys were saying. So I'm requesting Astha here to add. This is C. Hi, Astha.
How are you? How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm also good. So your session was really nice. I loved it.
Thank you.
This was
Wow, see, it is so lovely to see you practice.
also there's a small note
Yes.
that I wrote.
Oh my god.
Can you see it?
Yes, I can. Oh my god. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for the session.
This is so lovely to see. Can I please get a picture? I really want to see this. Oh my god.
Yeah, sure. I'll send it to you.
G. Yes. You're doing lovely. It is so amazing to see you guys making such beautiful content.
Thank you so much. Okay, bye. Okay, you can continue and then
Sure.
finish off. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye. This is G, back, and H. Again, this is okay, sorry. So this and this should be, of the same width. This is in horizontal, so automatically it won't be as you want. So this is horizontal. You can even add like this, or you can go ahead with this. Then you can also add some flourish here. H. Okay. H I, very basic again. I J K, I have already told you. L. So you might think L is very basic, that we already know. So this, I'll show you a variation of how I make L. So this is the L that I make, and oh, sometimes when you are in a hurry, these things happen. So make sure that whenever you are, yes, I'll try to focus. Thanks. I'll try to focus, and whenever you are in a hurry, there will be a mistake. So whenever you're doing calligraphy or any form of art, make sure that you are calm, that your mind is calm, your heart is calm, and you have nothing more going on at during that time. This is L. M, I make M like this using force. This is M. So I make capital N also in the same manner of small. O is similar again. I make P like this. Okay, this. So we'll go here and then P, Q. Okay, now this is a very tricky one here. You have O. Okay, so whenever you're making Q, make sure that you have your okay, all your rules and everything in front of you. So you go ahead and here. This is Q, and this is, and okay, and we'll start with the flourish here. P Q R. S again. This point should be parallel. S Q R S. T. Go ahead with. I also make small t is similar because I like this flourishing, and I really do that. T.